Hi, my name is Lloyd Levin, and I don't want to be the last comic standing. I want to be the first comic sitting. And I want you to know, somebody recently asked me how old I was. I said 80. And they said if I could be any age that I want to be, what would I be? I said 81. Now you have to understand, 20 years ago, when I was 20 years old, by the way, I did my first stand-up. And considering that it's lasted 60 years without doing another one, I thought I'd share some of my experiences with you. When I was 20, I appeared at an amateur night at the Commons at Indiana University. And I kind of remember the routine I did. At that time, there was a song called The Man I Love. And I changed it to The Woman I Love. And I got to tell you about this phenomenal woman I loved. She had a red eye and a green eye, so I could always know when to stop or go. But boy, when it was yellow, wow. Now here it is, 60 years later, and I'm vying to bring happiness and laughter to you. And so I worked on a theory called, what if? In other words, what if things didn't happen the way they did? For example, what if Eve could not convince Adam to eat the apple? Do you realize how many hundreds of thousands of people would be out of work in the clothing industry? And you got to remember something, there'd be no nudist colonies. And Brooks Brothers would be an underground store. So that's the kind of stuff. And you can play it with me. For example, what happened if they would tax marijuana? Would paying your taxes being a melancholy experience? And of course, we can talk about Abraham Lincoln. You know, he used to say 70 years ago, and score never kind of got into the English language like that. But just think about it, if you're 23, you'd be score and 3. In fact, the other night I was at a bar, and I heard a guy tell his friend that he scored. Does that mean that was the first time in 20 years he got laid? Probably married. And so we have a lot of fun with this stuff, you know. What if Superman had sex? Would he be faster than a speeding bullet? You know, we have to look at all these things. And I hope that, you know, this is bringing a smile to your face, because there's so many things we can talk about. You know, what if the apple didn't hit Newton on the head? There'd be thousands of people walking around without bumps. You know, and oh, what happens if General Custer, you know, George Custer, who was massacred by the Indians, what happened if that took place in the Arctic instead of in the Dakotas? Would we have frozen custard? Now, not all these are going to be great, but some of them are pretty funny, and you can do the same thing. You can think about the things that might change history. For example, what if Ponce de Leon actually found the Fountain of Youth? Do you realize we could be a nation of crying babies right now? In fact, come to think of it, we are. They call them Republicans. So this is the kind of fun we can have. And I don't, you know, I may be repeating some of these because I think they're good. Like, I really like the one about Superman. And in fact, somebody said to me, what happened if Superman was on Viagra? And I said Lois Lane should run like hell. So this is the kind of stuff, and you can think about it. We can have fun together on considering all these possibilities in life. And I hope you've enjoyed this brief little respite, but this is a sample of things we can do and get you to laugh. That's it.